Are you going to buy something such as Plex? Always enter code Aceface into the Creator Code tab here. This makes it so that 5% of the earnings go to me and doesn't cost you anything extra. I would appreciate it a lot. Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We've got the Gila here because there has been an update in EVE Online with the Legion expansion. So in the Legion expansion we had the complete reversal of the Surgical Strike update. And for you guys who don't know, the Surgical Strike update is an update that was released a few years ago where they nerfed the resistances of many resist modules. For example, Multispectrum shield hardeners became a lot weaker across the board. But now, everything's 11% more powerful. So this means that doing Abyss can be quite a bit cheaper. So I present to you the barebones Gila. This is a T4 capable Gila, yet to be tested, so that's why we're going to do it together, test this together, for 300 million ISK only. You can see here, it says 330 million ISK, but that's because I've got filaments in the cargo here, and then I've also got some expensive drones that can be removed. So this is a Gila that does the T4 electrics, and the reason we do the T4 electrics is how we're able to get this to be so cheap. Because look here, large shield booster Tech 2 multispectrum, compact battery, compact shield boost amp, there's like Tech 1 Afterburner. You know, it's pretty weak stuff, but we're able to get a lot of shield HP, relatively speaking, because we've got a large shield booster. But then, how are we able to power this large shield booster? Well, we're sacrificing one of our damage slots here with the Flux Coil. But still, even then, it's not going to be enough to fuel this cap-hungry large shield booster. That's why we're using the electrical sites. And in the electrical sites, we'll be able to power this no problem. So that's the whole concept here. We'll see if this works. I'm pretty sure it will work based on the stats. It is quite powerful, especially with the Surgical Strike reversal. So I'm going to go in the G to clone bay just to switch out my high-grade crystal clone, because that would be a bit cheating right now, wouldn't it? Full high-grade crystal clone, or almost full high-grade crystal actually. I've got, happened to be, I've bought it actually not so long ago. So that will be making us not like so demonstrative of how how good this ship is. I don't think that we'll be needing these boosters here, but I just have them here just to be on the safe side. Okay, so let's go to Movable Island. It's a system that's quite close to G10, is able to do T4 sites. DPS, and then this is tanky. And then I got Vesper 2, which is like the quote-unquote super DPS, because the Vespers, they do more absolute damage than the electrical drones, the infiltrated drones, the EM drones. So they can be useful in certain cases, like enemies that have very low resistances, so that using the optimal resist type doesn't matter in the electrical side. And the main one is the Ephialtes wave. No potential gankers here, that looks good. Oh, there's some people doing Hawk Abyss. Quite spicy. If they're doing high tiers, they're going to be earning a lot of ISK there. We're doing more calm Abyss. Calmer Abyss, not the T1s, but we're doing low intensity Abyss here, T4s. However, we are using a pretty cheap fit. So you can do T4 Abyss otherwise in a cheap way by using a Vagabond. A Vagabond is really good for that. I would probably say that the Vagabond might even be better than the Gila when it comes to the price to performance ratio. But I still think that this comes very close. And a benefit of this Gila over the Vagabond is that this is it got very good scaling to doing that T6 Abyss. You can use this fit build on it and then get up to keep training your skills and get to T6, T5 Abyss. So keep in mind, I have max skills. This is no alpha clone. Don't expect to be using this ship the same way I do if you are an alpha clone. Okay, infiltrators. So this is actually where you would want to use the Vespers. Or we can actually just use them against these small stuff. That's okay. So look in this cap, yeah, 17.8 gigajoules, pretty nice. I'm just going to destroy these webifiers here, they're very annoying. See, tanking, very powerful. Gila does not care, just goes straight through. This isn't the most tankiest or the highest hitting. This isn't the highest DPS wave, so it's not the best demonstration of how good this ship tanks, but it still feels quite strong. These Aegis guys, they do quite a bit of damage. And we can recall these Infiltrators now, since we're going against these Ephialtis cruisers. The Vespers will be better. See here, look. Do 715 DPS versus 682 with the Infiltrators. And also a good thing about the Vespers is that they're shield based, so when they start taking damage, they're going to be able to survive quite a bit more than the Infiltrators. Often the Infiltrators have so small shields, so their shields just die instantly and they start taking armor damage, and eventually the damage adds up and you tend to lose them a bit more than the Vespers in my experience. Drones out a little bit there, 6 million. The price of filaments right now, okay. It was 7 million ISK. I have had it worse. Remember, worse is probably like 10 million ISK for these T4 electrics. And they are quite expensive for T4 filaments because they're very easy filaments to run, as you can see here. Like, we're using such a cheap ship here and tanking so much thanks to the electrical weather effect. Use my missiles on that Lucid Aegis over there. We just chill here. This seems so far to be working really well. The waves that will challenge us a lot are the Charybdis Tyrannus waves. Those do tons of damage. It's also a bit easier as well because minus 50% EM resistance, so sort of a better case scenario when it comes to tank. Last trip here, we're doing this pretty quickly here. 3.5 minutes. That's pretty good. And then we just wait for the drones and go in. What do we have here? Cinnabal. Okay. These guys can be quite tough. It doesn't look like the worst Cinnabal wave, and the Gila usually tanks them pretty well. So we go with these here. DPS 2. Go here and throw some Infiltrators at the Cinnabals. I want to get some of these extraction nodes. I've got 2 of them conveniently placed here, nicely together. Got some extra side loot. Pretty good. Oh, look at that. They take quite a bit of damage from these guys. It's because they do EM damage, so they are amplified quite a bit here. As soon as we destroy these Cinnabals, the DPS should clear up. They do the majority of the damage. Also elite Lucifer Dramiels, they're also pretty hard hitters. Ooh, look at that wreck. So they got a wrecking shot from my drone, that's nice. Oof, look at that, I can absolutely annihilating them. Let's recall the drones because they're taking a little bit of damage now. This gives me a bit of nostalgia from back in the day when I started making YouTube videos. I would do a lot of T4 electrical disc because it was my go-to filament to do at the beginning of my EVE Online YouTube journey. I would often make videos of T4 electricals because I liked how chill they were. I was often able to do T5 electrics, and I did them from time to time, but I often would still do the T4s just because of how chill they were. Yeah, nice. Now it feels like everything is getting very smoothly here. So now when I've destroyed all the Cinnabals in these Cinnabal rooms, then I focus on the ones that web us, just so we can get through the site quicker so that we're not stuck in one place, because the Angels, a lot of them web, so often it can happen that you're just stuck in one place and you've killed everyone and you're still just near this extraction node you went to a long time ago. So it's good to prioritize the webs if you can, if you destroyed all the high DPS targets, which are basically just the Cinnabals. I know Medusa can occasionally web. I believe it does. Does it? I think it does. Throw a missile here. Oh, nice. We got the Tachyon Cloud to get some extra speed boost. Sometimes I hate the Tachyon Cloud, especially when you're in Frigate Abyss, but it is very nice when you're wanting to get through the site quicker in a slow cruiser. Our missile range is not the furthest, 32 kilometers. We are being guidance disrupted. I'm surprised actually that 32 is still quite good considering being guidance disrupted. I thought it would have been shorter. We're not going any implants? No, we're not going any implants. Good. Lucifer Sword's fine. And I can imagine it'll be very easy to do T5s as well. I'm sure we'll be able to find some sub 1 billion ISK fits to do T5 electrics. In fact, I already did have some actually before even the Surgical Strike update, so I should be able to make them even cheaper. I'll show that to you guys sometime later in a new video. Okay, next one, which was please Charybdis. Oh, it's more Cinnabals. Angels. Let's go for these elite Lucifer Dramiels, they're very annoying. Half their shields just go away straight away. These infiltrators are very strong. Look at all the EWAR. That's the Cinnabar room for you. Got full EWAR everywhere. Echo, yeah, it's Echo, not Medusa. Echo is the one that does a lot of webs. So lock up everyone here who's webbing me. 2 more webbers left. Good, 1 more webber left. We're dispatching these guys really quickly. Really quickly, that's nice. We got pretty good extraction node loot from this site. That one was just under 6 million ISK. Pretty good considering it's a T4 extraction loot. There we go, all webs destroyed. Perfect, now we're going to be able to go full speed ahead. Full speed of the 10mm compact Afterburner. Got really bad, 600 meters a second. Well, it's better than nothing. I think this fit is very good for people with high amounts of skill points that want to get into the Abyss. They can start with something very cheap in T4s and still earn some kind of ISK. This is definitely not fit for new bros, alphas, in the sense that they don't have so good skills, because I'm sort of... whole reason this fit is cheap is because I've got good skills, because it allows me to compensate. Otherwise, if you have lower skills, then you would need to have more expensive tank modules to compensate for the lack of tank. But I mean, you could quickly train up the shield skills, some drone and missile skills, and you should be able to run it, though. So, if you focus on it, could be a good goal for a new player as well. But we've not tested this against so many rooms yet. But I have high hopes, and based on the numbers, it should be able to tank any site in the T4s with a relative ease. Unless you do something stupid. Okay. That was a quick T4. Very quick, actually. Did it in just over 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Yeah, this fit feels solid. I want to give it some more tests, but 300 million ISK, really nice for being able to run T4s. No implants, no boosters even used. I'm just using a Master Dom Cerebral Accelerator. I'm not using any kind of performance booster. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.